My name is Mark Gustowski, and I'm a partner at Mandalay Venture Partners and Managing Director at Innovation Architects, and we've been really proud to be supporting Blockchain Australia in helping organise the Brisbane leg of the event. So this is actually the official opening of the final day of a week's worth of chaotic activities that have taken place across the whole of the east coast of Australia. Last night, as Rowena mentioned, we had a really interesting community engagement activity here with 14 ideation stage opportunities pitching their Web3 ideas, with close to 50 applicants that actually wanted to come and pitch, and from Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane and Adelaide. So a real collection of great and wonderful ideas across the whole of the East Coast. Today would not really have at all been possible without the drive and passion of some very, very wonderful people that I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart. Firstly, Steve Vallis, the CEO of Blockchain Australia. Hiding in the corner, Steve does an incredible amount of work in this space. The advocacy and the role he plays is second to none, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as we go throughout the day. From the Queensland government perspective in Advanced Queensland, there were 3 people that have been crucial to actually providing support and making last night and today happen. And so Rochelle, and from the blockchain team, Amy Rose, Carmel, and Elise Henry, thank you to you guys for making today happen as well. Also to Philippe Cullen, who's on his way from the Innovation Architects team, and Darren Rogan, who runs the Gold Coast meetup and was supporting the activities yesterday and also today. Darren, thanks mate, you're sitting in the stands there as well. I've known Steve for well over a decade. When he took on the role as CEO of Blockchain Australia, I knew that big things were going to happen at a crucial time for the industry, and they have. Steve's got a really unique ability to marshal the troops at all levels, from federal government, stakeholders, industry level, community, and policymakers. And the focus that the sector has had on the last 18 months, due to the work that Steve and the Blockchain Australia team have done, is second to none and could not have happened otherwise. And I think we see with the announcements that have been made this week with Josh Frydenberg and also the ANZ, that the discussions around blockchain, Web3 are now clearly on the agenda. And as Steve has been saying all week, the mainstream moment has come. As a partner at a venture firm that focuses on agri-food tech, we are seeing a wave of applications using blockchain to create efficiencies for farmers, for supply chains, and for end users. Whether that be through the sequestration of carbon and carbon tracking, to detecting traceability across the food chains, to having the entire history of cattle sitting on a blockchain for genetics and veterinary purposes. The new ways of deploying and developing utilities and applications are really coming to the fore. The week so far has been focused on the finance sector, regulations, opportunities for partnership, with major banks and international players playing a role in what's been delivered. FTX, Crypto.com, Independent Reserve, BTC Markets, Algorand, Blockchain Assets, Binance, Elliptic, Fireblocks. The list goes on. This is a group that we would never normally see supporting an initiative in Australia. And we have the Blockchain Australia team to really thank for bringing the focus here. So thank you very much. Finally landing here in Brisbane for the final day of the week, and also the right to host the closing party tonight. Brisbane is a really interesting place, as is Queensland, for innovation. Today we're going to hear from the perspectives of investors, industry, entrepreneurs who are already adopting, utilising and working on Web3 technologies and thriving, with some industry-leading representatives and VCs talking about what they are seeing and hearing and doing and sketching the now and the tomorrow. With that, I'd like to invite Carl Mahan from Crypto.com up here to say a few words. And Carl, thank you so much for all the support and effort Crypto.com's provided for the whole week.